I have a couple kids, they're like 18 and 20 now, but when they're younger, you gotta have fun with your kids, right? Torture them. So my daughter's the older one, my boy's the younger one. I would tell Courtney to go check your brother's diaper and go stick your hand on the back of his diaper and see if it's dirty. She did that once or twice. Still doesn't talk to me, but I got a laugh out of it. And I still have pictures to this day that my boy just loves when I put on Facebook. I had these rubber turds. You guys have all seen them. I let my kids play with those when you're little. You sit on the kitchen floor playing with this rubber turd. I got some classic pictures of that. He loves when I put those up. Oh, wow. Let's see here. So, juvenilistic stuff other than that. Oh, yeah. Speaking of rubber turds, I was a painting contractor for 15 years or so. I did specialty painting, decorative stuff, and painted these gigantic mansions, 10,000 square foot castles, and they just don't expect your painter to be an infant. So this lady the house is going to be in a parade of homes. You guys know what that is. It's like blah-de-da. Anyhow, she just got her carpeting into the master. It's the house is ready to be shown. The photographers are there, and she has these little stinking little fluffy dogs running around the house. So I go, well, here's my chance. So I took the little rubber turds and I placed them around her master bedroom. Just as the photographers are walking through, she's like, oh my God! And she thought it was real. And I walked over and pick it up and do my little thing with it. She's like, you're gross, you're sick. I was like, no, they're mine, they're rubber. Now pay me, I'll get out of here. Oh, wow, so that's my rubber turd history. Show of hands, at one point or another, how many of you have been a juvenile before in your life? Yeah? Okay. So I'm at the right place. Let's see here. I have a little cheat sheet. I wanted to see. Oh, yeah. Juvenilistic stories, back when I was kind of a juvenile last week. Back when you guys were juveniles. Who had dogs? Everybody have a dog? Favorite dog you had when you were a kid? Yeah? All right, I'll tell you a story about Fluffy. I was like 7th grade. Fluffy was my favorite dog. It was about this tall, had legs about that long, floppy ears, and a cute little fox bat face and stuff, a face you just love. Anyhow, Fluffy was cool. I'd be walking home from school, it was like 7th grade, and this dog was part ninja. He'd hide in the bushes and stuff and wait for you to come. And then as you just about get there, he'd jump out and attack you. Just me. He knew it was me coming. So it was my dog. It was great fun. So one day I'm coming home from school and I see Fluffy off in the bushes over there. I'm like, oh, all right, here he goes. Come on, Fluffy, come on, I'm playing with it. Come on, Fluffy. It's like, no, he wasn't responding. So I'm like, oh, he's going ninja on me. He's really getting good. All right. So I get a little closer. I'm like, come on, Fluffy, come on, Fluffy, come on. Nothing yet. It's like, dang, he's getting good. All right, so I get up a little bit closer, and I jump at him, and he's still just laying there, looking at me. And I'm like, Fluffy! The car had hit Fluffy. He wasn't going to play anymore. So anyhow, I shit my pants. No. Anyhow, to help ease the pain of losing my dog, my dad says, well, this weekend we'll go out to the lake. We're going to open up the cottage, and the ice had just melted off I grew up in northern Michigan, so picture that. The ice had just melted on the lake, and I'm like, good, maybe we'll get a new dog or something, but I want to go fishing and ease my troubled mind. So we get to the cottage, and he's doing his thing and open up the cottage. He's like, keep an eye on your little brother. And I'm like, are you serious? Everybody enjoy dealing with younger siblings, right? Just a great time. All right, so we're out there at the end of the dock, and I'm trying to fish, and I'm trying to forget about Fluffy, and my stupid-ass little brother is like shaking the dock and screaming and doing everything you don't want to do when you're trying to fish, So I'm telling him, relax, relax, you're scared to fish. And he just wasn't catching on, so somehow or another he felt it. And I'm serious, the water is freaking cold. The ice is still floating around a little bit. And he's starting to sink a little bit. He's starting to float out further from the dock. And I'm like, it's fishing. Would you go ahead and sink already? And he wasn't sinking. He was making too much racket, so I know I'm going to get beat for that. So I'm like, how do I get this kid out of here? I'm not jumping in. It's cold. So what would you do? You got a fishing pole in your hand, right? Caught him right behind the ear with a treble hook. So he grabs the line, I'm like reeling it in slow, and like, shut up, I'm gonna get in trouble here. Alright, so he's screaming and hollering, and I get him up to the dock and get the freaking hook out of his back of his ear, and it's like, do not tell Dad, I'll get beat. So 10 minutes later, I get the instructions, go find something for me to beat you with. But anyhow, that was no big deal. Alright, so let me take a cheat sheet here. Alright, so get back home after a fun day at the cottage fishing or whatever, and walking in the house, and now my mom's bitching up a storm. Bitch, in my face, yelling and screaming, and I'm like, what? She's like, every time I go into your room, I find drugs. I'm like, quit going into my room. So the second time that day I hear, go find me something to beat you with. It's like, all right, that's cool, fine, whatever. All right, quit going to my room now. All right, let's see here. I'll tell you a couple more quick stories. All right, I'll tell you a snowstorm story. Remember, I grew up in northern Michigan, northeastern Michigan, right on Lake Huron, so we got wicked badass storms rolling in the wintertime. All right, so we all had cars, 14, 15 years old, we all had cars. You guys had cars before you had licenses, you know, where you grew up sometimes. We did. So we had it out, my cousin and I, and we're 14 or 15, we get way out in the boonies, we got a ghetto pack of beer, and just driving around minding our own business, and a freaking blizzard rolls in. And we're stuck out in the woods, so we're thinking, we better find a place to, you know, pull off the side of the road here, we're gonna die in a snowstorm. So there's a bar, all of a sudden, pulls up, you know, out of nowhere. So I'm like, you know, we're too young, but we gotta get out of this snowstorm, so let's try our luck in there. And I guess I was, what did I say, 15 or so, I had a little bit of a mustache. So we walked into this bar, and a great big old massive place, and we're the only two kids. We walk all the way up to the bar, and the guy, his bartender's watching us the whole time. I get up to the bar, and he's, can I help you too? And I ordered a couple beers. And he was looking at me, looking me up and down and stuff. And he goes, are you guys miners? I said, no, we're farmers. So he got done laughing, and he said, you got enough hair to lip, here's your beer. And that wasn't a hair lip joke. All right, so I probably have like 2 or 3 minutes, I'll tell you one more quick story. Who's seen Bigfoot out there? Anybody? No? All right, I'll tell you a Bigfoot story. True story. If anything grows on me, you'll know I'm lying. All right, but anyhow. All right, true story. Like the summer between 9th and 10th grade, I got younger siblings, and my mom's working late, and she's going out with the girlfriends after that. So I'm watching the kids. I have a friend over, guy friend. And this is way out in the boonies. There's no lights, there's no stars, there's only a little bit of a moon. And I'm babysitting. All right, and all of a sudden my dog was outside. Big dog I had at the time, he alerted, he went off, he starts barking crazily, and he never did that. So my buddy and I get up off the sofa, and we go out on the patio. It's kind of like this, you know, and the driveway's down there. And as soon as we got off the sofa, and as soon as the dog went off, started alerting, barking, he stopped just that quick. I was like, wow, that's weird. So let's go check. All right, so as I get out there in the patio, I see him going into his doghouse. And just as we did that, out there's just enough moonlight. My buddy's standing here, and I'm here. And what do I see walking down the driveway? Like this. The exact thing you see on TV. This great big old strides. And he looks at me. I'm not kidding you. I'm standing here, Bigfoot's about here. And he just looks at me, just walks by. These great big old giant strides. I mean, it's not that is that funny or anything, but it's just a true story of when I was a juvenile. But we were so, you know, as 9th, 10th graders, we were invincible, we were badasses, we had weapons and shit. And this, when Bigfoot walked by, and he just looked at me and just kept on going, and he glided over this great big old ditch and barbed wire, and he touched down onto the country road, and you could just see him going down the road in the moonlight, those great big old strides. So I shit my pants. No. Seriously though, we were so petrified that we ran in the house, got our guns, sat in the corner and shook and we're shivering and scared to death. Finally my mom comes home about midnight. We're still in the corner shaking. She goes, what are you guys doing? What are you hiding for? And I told her, we just saw Bigfoot. She didn't doubt me for a second. She had grown up on this farm, slaps me in the head and goes, why didn't you tell me? I wouldn't have got out of the car.